Hello and welcome to the new episode of the Mocarl and Conman podcast. Week 7 review. We're gonna do the news, have some fun, break down the games. I feel like I shouldn't need to tell you that anymore. I mean, this is like, week 8 of us doing it, so, they get it, I think. I'm joined, as always, by Connor.
Bonjour, as they say in Germany, formerly Prussian.
Let's save that for the Prussian podcast. So, Connor, week 7 is in the books. We both lost, spoilers to everyone.
Second time that's happened.
Yeah, so let's try and not make it a habit. Let's, from now on, let's win all our games.
I don't know, I think losing is a habit for me at this stage.
It really is. And then what other big things happen? I guess we're going to get into it. Let's how was your business week? We should
Financially successful.
Perfect. And on that, let's head straight into the news. Breaking news. Alright, Connor, we got some news.
We do.
So Amari Cooper was traded from the Raiders to the Cowboys in real life for a first round pick. So what do you think about that?
I would have thought that was high for Amari Cooper.
Yeah, he had 2 good years, but they were 2 years ago. Since then he's had 2 bad years.
Yeah.
He's still very young though.
What age is he?
He's still like 24 maybe, or 23 or 24.
He's younger than me, so...
Yeah.
He's too young.
He's played 4 years in the league. But then Dell, with a very sneaky move, picks him up. Because he's obviously going to be number 1 receiver in Dallas now. And Dak is going to be desperate to get the ball to somebody. And it's likely going to be Amari Cooper. So that could work out a very good pick for Dell. So good work, Dell.
Yeah.
Next up, we got a big trade in the Drisbowl, where the Crusaders and the Holland Ashers traded quarterbacks, Connor. So who we got? We got Philip Rivers for Andrew Luck. What are your initial thoughts on that for a little bit of analysis on it?
I would have thought Andrew Luck was probably slightly better.
Philly Rivers still had a good season though. Yeah. So I think it's probably Luck is a little bit better, but it's negligible, I would say.
It's a switch though from top of the stringer to the bottom for...
Oh, yes.
Or sorry, not the stringer, the Luther.
Yeah. So he's got to be furious about that.
He's gonna
all Philly Rivers' hard work.
Get his revenge against Danny in the playoff match.
Oh, yeah.
That's my prediction.
Yeah.
That's my prediction. Danny loses his place in the playoffs to the quarterback he traded away. Philip Rivers.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they got to play each other again this season, so... But they both have other quarterbacks. The only reason that Danny made this trade is because both his quarterbacks were on a bye. He also has Matt Ryan. So, it's a zero-sums game.
Isn't that one where everyone's a loser?
No. Let's move on. Sonny Michel, Connor, were you watching this game, the Patriots-Bears game, or did you see...
No, I watched almost no games this weekend. I was hungover.
I mean, it's a perfect hangover watching.
Oh, also the Formula 1 American Grand Prix was on. I'm sure you all watched that.
Yes,
so that's why
save that for Formula 1 corner. But Sonny Michel looked like he had a bad injury. It looked like he was going to be kind of done for the year.
But right.
So he should be okay. It's week to week at the minute, so he might play this week. I'd probably leave him out of my team regardless if he plays or not. But it's just good to know, because I was kind of freaking out. I was like, I just traded away Mark Ingram, and now Sony's injured. I was like, it's all on you. Browns guy, what was his name? Chubb? Nick Chubb? Yeah, Nick Chubb, who I picked up. Big fan of Nick Chubb. We'll get into him. But Sony's going to be okay, I think, going forward. So thank God for me. If there was a God. Connor, your thoughts on a God?
No.
Alright, perfect. Speaking of no God, Rob has lost beast mode to injured reserve. Now, he's only out for, I think it's like 8 games, so he'd be back like week 16, but you can't. I don't know that you can hold on to beast mode for the rest of the season and then maybe play him in the final.
So he's just out now till what, the last week?
Yeah, pretty much. There's two weeks left in the regular season to be able to come back. So that's the Drisbowl final and then a non-week.
That's alright. That should be fun for Rob. He
Yeah, he could probably get rid of beast mode if I'm completely honest. Which sucks because he was part of that trade, like you were talking about before the show. The Connors and
ODB
Carry-On
Johnson trade.
Yeah, funny enough, ODB is now also left the Cougars and went to the Hall and Asters, to my unenjoyment or displeasure. So Rob essentially just got Carry-On Johnson from this trade. So, you know, let's see how it works out. Speaking of that, Connor, let's begin.
Ahí está acá nuevamente, tiene tiempo, va en profundo. ¡Voy! ¡Te vas a meter, Greg! ¡Te vas a meter! ¡Te vas a meter! ¡Touchdown! ¡Touchdown! ¡Báilale! ¡Mayonesa! ¡Bátelo! ¡Como si fuera mayonesa!
It was Greg Olson with the touchdown as the Julianstown Zebra Killers snapped their 3-game losing streak in style by beating the Crusaders 125-108. Carry-On Johnson will get the plaudits as his performance appears to be a turning point for the franchise, but it was a team effort that got them over the line. The Crusaders put up a strong fight and were the 4th highest scorers this week, but it wasn't enough to see them slide to 2-5 for the season in a week where other looter teams found ways to win.
What up, Drisbowl people? What up, Michael? Yeah, so coming out of week 6, big. Was it week 6? Week 7? Oh my, week 7. Coming out of week 7. I don't know. Really needed it. Couldn't focus too much on the rivalry. With Martin. Like, the team was just doing so bad. 2-5 would have been grim. So I really needed that win. Martin probably got banged, probably unlucky. Played me in like my first good week since week 1. Carry-On Johnson finally came through for me. Still getting poached on the goal line by LGBT, but sure, whatever. He'll be grand. He's unreal, and he plays John next week. So it's going to be C1000 and Carry-On Johnson playing each other. Me and John definitely could both use a win. I'm not too bad now at the moment. I pulled ahead. Richie and Connor both lost again this week, so 2 ahead of them cunts. It needed that, really. Needed that buffer because my team is so boomer bust where it's just, well, mostly bust. It's all bust. So I really needed that win. Need to get 2 ahead of those boys because even though Martin lost, at least he's scoring like 100 and odd points per week. I'm like 100% not. I'm pretty sure I was averaging like 62 points a game there for the last 3 weeks. Before. Yeah. Well, fuck it. Yeah. What do you want me to do? Talk? Come on, Michael.
So, Connor, I want to get your initial thoughts first on. We just heard Coach Rob Fay there in a post-match presser. So, your initial thoughts on Rob opening and closing the press conference by directly speaking to me and not including you in that process. What can you say to that?
He seems to be forgetting about me, so that might come back and bite him at the end of the year when I sneak up the table and pinch the last playoff spot from him.
Nice. I thought you were going to pinch his bottom there.
Yeah, that's what you were thinking.
And then the rest. So, what do you make of the rest of what Rob had to say?
I don't know. He's right anyway in saying it's his first good week since week 1. Like the last 3 weeks, he's been the worst scorer, and then last week he was the 9th best scorer, so second worst.
Yeah.
So now he was second best this week. So don't know where that turnaround came from. Just all of his players decided to show up. Really.
So let's talk about Rob's team. So Kirk Cousins got 17.5. That's fine for a quarterback, really, when the rest of your team is doing this.
Yeah.
Philip Lindsay had that big game for Denver against Arizona. So Rob is going to hope that he continues to see a lot of touches. Although that Arizona defense is shocking, so he might not see that kind of success against better teams.
Yeah.
Carry-On Johnson does look like a star. I'm not going to lie. He looks real good.
Carry on my wayward son.
Now, whether he can be the guy that Rob thought he was buying, and if James Connors just keeps doing what he's doing, it's going to look bad regardless. But if Carry-On Johnson can do good things, Rob will come out the better of it. And Kerryon Johnson can be his boy then, even though, poor James Conner should have been his boy. Jarvis Landry, 15 points. That's a good week for him against a bad Tampa D. Brandon Cooks, 13 points. Again, against a bad San Francisco D. But that Rams offense is real good. Greg Olsen got a touchdown as well, so that was nice. Will Fuller had a decent week. Rob will take a decent week from Will Fuller at this stage. And then Legatron, 13 points in the Texas D. So it all just kind of fell together for Rob.
Everyone scored, even when you're tight end and your flex are scoring 6.5 plus points.
Yeah.
Not mad at that.
Yeah.
Especially when everyone's getting more.
Yeah, you take that. So just, I don't know, maybe it was just the matchups. Like, more than likely, it's just the matchups.
Yeah.
I don't know that any of Rob's players are making a leap at the minute. Like, maybe Kerryon Johnson could come out and, like, be that guy, but I don't know that Brandon Cooks is going to be consistently getting these numbers, or Landry's going to consistently get these numbers. So who knows with Rob. It's nice for him, though, to get a win, get the odd win after being dragged through the drudges, Connor. Quick word on the drudges, Connor. How are they?
Him complaining about being 2-5. I don't know, that sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, lofty. Some lofty ambitions you have.
2-5.
So then he beat Martin. So Martin had Carson Wentz, had a good game, 18. Peterson, 10 points, that's okay. Tree Cohen looks like he's going to see a lot of balls, which is going to make Martin kind of dangerous. Gross. Manny Sanders had a big game. I don't know you're going to get 21 points from Manny Sanders every week. Josh Gordon is getting better every week, so that's a plus for Martin.
100 yards.
I believe he...
Pretty good.
Yeah, I believe he dropped Rudolph. Corey Clement is gonna... I think he's gonna be boom or bust. Some weeks he's gonna get like 2 touchdowns, and then some weeks he's gonna get none. Dustin Hopkins, 8 points, and the Colts defense, 21 points. A lot of high-scoring defenses this week.
Sure.
Anton interested on the benches, Connor, would you say?
Not really.
Jay Howe, 10 points for Rob. Andrew Luck got to 22 points, but he's gone now. Allen Robinson, just not having a good year.
Yeah, I believe that was a trade from me for JHI.
So no one. That was a zero-sums game.
Yeah, that was a
Did you get a pick? No, or was that just a straight trade?
No, I think for that one, he got a pick. Martin got an 8th-round pick. I don't know why I gave him that pick now. But then on our next trade, I forget whoever that was, I got his 7th-round pick.
Yeah.
So overall, I'm
You're up
around.
Yeah, that's good. Melvin Gordon. Oh, he didn't travel, so that's why Martin. So, if Melvin Gordon had played,
you're looking at probably a different game there.
You're probably putting him in. Like Corey Clement would be out of the team presumably, and then you got a game on.
It's probably at least 15-20 points, which would have
won it for him.
Yeah, second highest scoring game, which is saying something.
Yeah,
highest scoring game.
Yeah,
only 2 teams over 100 here.
Yeah, the whole week it was like there was 5 very good teams, 5 very bad teams, and it just happened that 4 of the good teams played each other. So Martin was one of the unfortunate ones who lost out this week. Alright, Connor, let's move on.
Okay.
Watson's looking that way, taking a shot for Hopkins. What a catch! Hopkins with one hand!
He's battling the right arm of DeAndre Hopkins. He's trying to impede him a little bit. Their arms are locked up. And yes, maybe DeAndre Hopkins muscles him a little bit, but he's so strong with even just one hand.
Alright, so that was
DeAndre Hopkins
with the touchdown as the Reggae Sharks somehow march on to their 4th straight win of the season as they beat the Titans 71-67. In a game where both teams combined to get less than the Hauling Assers, it was the Sharks who scraped the win when Mo Sanu failed to get the 6 points the Titans needed. The Titans were saved further embarrassment by Mitch Trubisky, as he was the only Titans player to get over 10 points in the game. So Connor, you were good last week.
Look, everyone has to be good some weeks.
Yeah. Oh, you're bad again though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you say I was good last week. I was only the 5th highest scorer.
Yeah. You were medium last week. Medium rare. Rarely medium. But you've fallen back to earth.
Yes.
And on the other foot, Shala might never lose again.
No, she has a good strategy. It was Danny who said it in the chat. Just keep playing the worst scoring team.
It's genius when you think about it. She does it every year. And every year we fall for it. Every year we're like 3 games in, we're like, Sean is fucking done. Oh, Sean, you're an embarrassment. And then she just wins.
Keeping injured players on her fucking starting team. And it's all a ruse. She's a hustler.
Oh, she's a shark.
Yeah.
Ah.
A reggae shark.
God damn it. She's been a reggae shark this whole time.
She told us right there. Fucking team name. How did we not
It
get
was
it?
right in front of our eyes. Damn you, tiny fucking bitch, Shauna.
Clues were all there.
Let's have a look at the team. So, like I said, Connor, Mitch Trubisky, 31 points. Everyone else didn't even, why even bother show up for work? Deshaun Jackson, 9.3. Christian McCaffrey, 8 points. What's going on? What was the mood in the locker room like after this?
I don't know what Christian McCaffrey's doing. He's a running back, but he's done more receiving since he came to me than rushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've had a word with him about this, or?
Yes.
I feel it would be your play calling, though.
No. It's his fault.
Oh, okay.
Antonio Brown is doing fine.
Yeah.
I knew when I was making that trade. I knew when I agreed to that trade. I was like, it's not going to go well for me. But I'll do it anyway.
Do you worry that the players seem to get worse when they join you and then improve when they leave? And is it completely down to your coaching?
I think it might be the cold Toronto weather.
Could be the cold Toronto weather.
It's a big shock from Baldoyle. The hot tropics of North Dublin.
That's a good point. Can you put it all down to the weather, though? Because I feel like it's your culture.
No, I wouldn't say that at all. Although, granted, if I had coached one of the two guys on my bench I would have won. I feel like that's a consistent theme of the team. Of the
Titans.
It's my theme team.
Your team's theme.
My team, yeah.
But then again, it's two guys who've boned you in recent weeks.
I've been doing nothing. Where's that?
They've conspired to. You have a stat?
Oh, yes.
I'm a stat man.
Dion Lewis, he's scored more this week than the last 4 weeks combined.
There you go, Dion Lewis. Good work.
Waiting to get onto my bench.
Just conspiring. The two boys are like, you know who's a real piece of work? Coach Moore, that son of a bitch. It's like, let's not be good until he benches us.
If they want to get traded, they'll get traded. They'll get traded for picks.
Oh, yeah?
They might, yeah.
And then you're just going to pick people up?
I think everyone at this stage is demotivated. Anyone could be available for picks.
What would you
to the Drisbowl community? Give me some picks, because this season's alright.
Okay, alright, okay.
Watch Richie win it now this year. He's the same record.
So let's talk about Shauna's team then. How did Shauna get 71 points? So she had Cam Newton, who got a third of them. Over a third. TJ Yeldon
got about a fifth of them.
And Nuke Hopkins got like a fifth. And then the rest of her guys just didn't show up, and she still somehow managed to win. It's crazy. And again, she was the second lowest score this week?
Third.
So
she was the third lowest. I was the second lowest.
Yeah.
And then John was
the lowest. Oh, fuck's sake, John.
After being top last week. What's the at?
So again, if you look at Shauna's fucking little breakdown thing, it's crazy. I think there's only 15 games that she could have won all season, and she's won 4 games.
4 on the trot.
4 on the trot? It makes no sense, Shauna.
Yeah,
what is going on?
The last 4 weeks she's been second last, and then she was actually 4th highest. And then the last 2 weeks she's been the 3rd lowest scorer. She's won up all 4 in a row.
Jesus Christ.
Brilliant strategy.
She's playing me next in what I believe is our
rivalry.
You know how the NFL has the Thanksgiving Day games?
Oh, yeah?
I think we have the Halloween games. At least me and Shauna do, because it goes back to a couple years ago. We played each other 3 times in a row now.
On Halloween?
Every week on Halloween. And the first week is when we were in London. And then Shauna was beating me, but I had Aaron Rodgers playing the Broncos, I think, and fucking Rodgers fucking shafted it, and he did rubbish. It was terrible. Ended up losing the game. I was in a bad mood the whole next day, and Shauna didn't even fucking care. Shauna was like, oh, be the stupid little bitch or whatever. And since then, it's a Halloween rivalry. In 3 years, though, Conor, this is going into the 4th year. In 3 years, she's won all 3. So I don't know what the betting is on this, but I would say you got to put your money on Shauna, if I'm completely honest.
A Halloween special.
Maybe Shauna's a little witch, and this is how she's doing it. Are you a tiny little witch, Shauna? You tiny witch bitch? leave a comment in the section of comments below. Thank you. Anthony had lunch on his bench, Connor.
Yes. She had a lot of points on her bench, actually. Danny Amendola there. 15 points nearly. 10 points from Chris Ivory. And
Yeah.
Backup quarterback.
So...
I don't think... Does she need him?
No, she doesn't. The Panthers' bye week is over, so she could definitely drop Matt Stafford. But who are we to tell Sean how to coach, Connor, if I'm completely honest?
She's the genius at coaching.
She can keep fucking Teddy Ginn on her bench, all injured reserved, and just not play Lev Bell or whatever. It's fine. Sean is good. And Corey Davis, who I still don't even believe is an actual football player. I think it's a case of mistaken identity. He turned up, they asked him his name, he just agreed, and now he plays for the Titans.
Oh, that's the guy you said is the Michael Cera of football, is it?
I don't know. I think someone else said that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't me,
I
but
presume it was that person they were talking about.
yeah, he was just too polite, and they were like, "All right, you're a wide receiver now," and he's probably some French guy who's like, "What?" And now he plays for the Titans, and I say plays because he doesn't. He's very bad. Any last words, Connor, before we move on off your team?
So the Jets had their worst week this year. Mo Sanu had his worst week since week 2, and then again McCaffrey, I think I already mentioned. Since he joined me, he's had his worst week and his third worst week. So
I'm a stat man.
So it's just the Shauna Voodoo, isn't
even if
it?
one of those people didn't have the worst week, I should have won.
It's the Shauna Voodoo. Everyone knows.
Or if, like Mo Sanu, he got 2.1.
Oh yeah.
If he doubled that, if he had got 4.2,
Yeah, you would have got the auto win.
I would have got the auto win.
That was so perfect. Or obviously, if you'd gotten what, like fucking
5.8 or more.
Yeah,
I think was the,
yeah, 5.8. Yeah, but if you imagine if you got the just after we made the rule,
there was like 2 or 3 teams.
three teams. There's 3 teams who could have got the auto win. This is game 1 of auto win.
It's happening.
So Mo Sanu nearly made history. If he'd just got another 21 yards, he would have been the first auto win winner. But he didn't. So we move on.
He could have got that rule named after him.
Yeah. Connor, you know what?
Let's move on.
What we're talking about, Connor.
Welcome to the coolest game show around. Name that rule.
Where do you find these things? Do you make them yourself? Like,
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, where do you get the audio of the person saying name that rule? Do you put them like in a program?
No, I looked up YouTube and I found a kids show or whatever, and it was like name that rule. And I was like, right, I'm just gonna fucking take that bit. Threw a little dolphin on there.
Like the dolphin.
You'll see later on. Or do I have? Oh yeah, name that rule, Connor. It's your stop looking at the names. Jeez, he always does this. Always, you guys.
The screen right in front of you. You scroll down to this thing where it says name that rule. What else am I supposed to do?
He's supposed to partake in the game.
Okay.
Well, essentially, it's not really a game. We're just going to decide what's a good way to name this rule, Connor. And you suggested it. Just name the rule after the person who gets in. Is that a
420 player?
I think that would be good too. Just the Mo Sanu.
It's like when they have new laws in America. They
Yeah.
name them after the person who was murdered. That got that law enacted.
Yeah. Is that? I mean, some people do the laws that they made. If you make the law, though, who knows?
I'm on about like legal laws. You're thinking the laws of physics.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, this is more of in a legal capacity. I also had a couple other options. The Sanu rule, I think, is pretty sweet. So we're just thinking whoever the first person.
Oh yeah, not Sanu.
Yeah,
You
well,
can't-
Sanu
you can't
didn't
get
do
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you
But
have that.
whoever does get it
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
the
yeah.
prestige of getting the
rule.
the auto win.
Yeah.
But what are we gonna do in the intermediary until it happens?
I don't know.
I don't like auto win, so I have a couple options. And these are only. This is just off the top of my head. I actually had a bigger list, but I forgot to. I got
Write it
busy
down.
and I wasn't able to do it.
Yeah.
But one of them is the Martavis Bryant rule, Connor,
Yeah.
who's famous because he fucking loves smoking weed and gets suspended. Then there's also the Josh Gordon rule,
Yeah.
because he likes smoking a bunch of weed and gets suspended. And Martellus Bennett, who smokes a lot of weed now that he's retired.
Oh yeah.
So I think maybe we give it to a big stoner football player until someone rightfully wins it, gets the award. So any of those jump off.
I would say no to Josh Gordon because he's currently on a team. So
Yeah.
You don't want to give him that.
Yeah,
So
I would agree with that.
Martavis Bryant, is he on anyone's team?
Technically, he's not on anyone's team. He technically plays for the Raiders, but I think he's going to get suspended soon.
Okay.
Probably
Maybe.
again for smoking weed.
Maybe Bennett. Martellus.
I think Martellus Bennett. Yeah, just give it to him. He's a good guy. He's a crazy guy.
He waited until he was retired to smoke all that weed.
Yeah,
Now
and
he's made his millions. He's just.
No, have you seen his tweets where it's like I can't remember, they're like, oh, but you're fucking jealous that you're not out there anymore, and he's like, no man, I'm fucking sitting in my bathrobe eating fucking waffles, smoking a big joint right now. I bet they're jealous of me. So I think
6 a.m. running a track.
yeah, he writes kids books and like. Yeah, he's a crazy guy. No, he's 30. No, he's 34, like maybe.
Pretty sure he was one of my boys in my first year.
Yeah,
Along with Gio Bernard and someone else. Des Bryant.
I had Marty B for a while.
Yeah,
I think
he's a
so.
good guy.
We're gonna call it the Marty B rule.
Marty B.
If you guys want to come up with something else, you can, I guess. But we're gonna Marty B.
Marty B.
All right.
Bees.
Bees?
Beads.
Beads?
Job's not on board.
Brady guns it for the touchdown. James White on the receiving
That
end.
was James White with the score as the Aztecs moved to 4-3 for the season, beating the hapless Dragons 78-71 in another low-scoring affair. The game might go down in memory forever, however, as the game where the newly minted Marty B rule nearly came into play twice as Julio passed it before fumbling and then passing it again. The result means the Dragons are running out of time to start making moves for the playoffs, while the Aztecs and Coach Farley have never been in a better position at this point of the season.
What's up, fellow Drisbowlians? Another interesting week in the Drisbowl. I managed to win with 79 points over Richie, who tried to nab me on a 420-69 split. Didn't work for him. Julio Jones tried his level best by fumbling to bring him back down to 69, but then he screwed him by catching the ball for another couple of yards. So, yeah, I'm happy. I gotta be happy with that. 79 points in a win. Marlon Mack on my bench with nearly 30 points. Second week in a row I've had the best player in the league on my bench. Yeah, that's fucking great. It worked out. But I still managed to win. Second week I won, and so, yeah, gotta be happy with that. On the flip side, Danny hit 144 points to beat Michael with 119. You get 119 points and lose. You gotta be fucking sick. You just gotta be sick. I'm gutted for you, Michael. I'm happy for you, Danny. And then on to what was the worst scoring game of the week. Connor against Shauna. Shauna won with 71.5 points to Connor's 67. My God. If that was real life, it would be horrendous to watch. Then Rob comes storming up with 125 to 108 win over Martin. Rob's trade's looking like they're paying off. That's a spectacular week. And then on to Baz, who won again. Beat Cullen Cougars. God damn it, with all these fucking C's, man. Yeah, so John hit a 64. Oh, that was bad, John. That was bad. But yeah, overall a pretty decent week. So that's basically my take on the week. Back over to the guys in the studio.
All right, Connor. So I mentioned the Marty B rule specifically in this write-up because were you following this? Where Julio?
Yeah, they went over 69 and then
he was on it.
So they brought it back down.
Fumble and then he passed it again. Oh my God! Del was like, it was after he passed it the first time. Del was like, "Oh, you guys, fucking." You would have seen my wrath had it actually happened or whatever, and I was like, we would have, like, Del would have, like, that's it, I'm burning him, I'm gonna hack everyone's account, the league is done, everyone go home, no one talk to each other ever again. So he would have just went bunk wild. So I think he went to bed after that, but that's when Julio fumbled and landed back on the thing. So I don't know if Del was awake for any of that, maybe he was. Del, let us know if you were, but imagine if he'd went to bed, he woke up and he was like, how did this happen? Getting stung by the Marty B rule. Other than that, Connor, not a great game by anyone.
I can't talk. I had a much worse game with Shauna.
This is the other low scoring game. just for Dell, we'll run it. Tom Brady and James White, one of them, like I mentioned in the write-up. Dell's not going to care how he gets the wins, just that he gets them. So, again, once all the Patriots are running, he's running. They're playing the Bills, so they're playing his defense next week, so that's something to be wary of.
For minus points from his defense this week. If anything, New England's injuries won in that game. They had a couple of people out, didn't they?
Yeah, well, he had Gronk anyway, so he probably...
You don't need that. You don't have someone else?
It's Sony Michel, yeah. So Sony got injured. No, Edelman played. Okay. Yeah, so Sony got injured quite early in the game, so that's why James White saw so much of the ball. So that did work out for him. Thankfully, Sony's okay. Zeke Elliott, again, like, what was going on? Only fucking 42 yards.
Yeah.
But he would have been because Dell at one point, both these teams could have hit the Marty B rule at some point in this game.
Could have been the Zeke rule.
So it could have been the Zeke rule, or it could have been the Mark Ingram rule, but it didn't, and the game went on. So Dell's wide receivers didn't have a great game. Like, what are we talking about? No one other than the two players, Brady and White, had a good game.
Yeah.
There's no need to get too stuck into it. Oh, on his bench though, Connor.
Oh yeah.
Do you wanna?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to talk about his bench?
We have Marlon Mack on the bench. I believe he got the award in the league for top scorer on the bench.
Yeah.
We actually have a statement here prepared by Marlon Mack. He came directly to us to express his disappointment.
His disappointment, you said?
Yes, his disappointment of being left out of Dell's team, despite him coming back.
Okay.
So I'll just read out this statement from Marlon Mack. Okay, here we go. Dell lied to me. All those times I said that I love Dell. Dell lied to me. Yes, I tried. Yes, I tried. Dell lied to me. Even though Dell knew I'd die for Dell, Dell lied to me. Yes, I cried. Yes, I cried.
Passionate stuff.
It's
passionate stuff.
Very strong words from Marlon back there. Yeah, so not happy.
I mean, it's almost
poetic.
I was going to say ineligible, or like...
ineligible?
Not ineligible. I don't know that I understood any of it.
He's just annoyed at that.
Had he recently had a concussion? Was he just off the...
It was the bit at the end where he specifically told me to say, cry, I-eyed.
Yeah. He emphasised that.
I think he had a stroke when he...
Oh my God.
Was talking to me.
There you go. Well, that's the return of the Mac in a big spot. The rest of Dell's bench was either injured or not on his team.
That makes sense.
James Winston got 20 points. That's 2 good weeks, I think, that he's played for Dell. So I think Dell's feeling Jameis a little bit.
Yeah. When's the Patriots bye?
Patriots bye is like week 11 is the bye.
Oh, spicy week.
Well,
not that spicy anymore.
We'll see.
Depending on your perspective.
Alright, so let's look at Richie's team. So Richie goes to 1-6, Connor, like yourself.
Good score?
Not good in terms of making the playoffs for either of you at the moment in time.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know, just that you're 2 games behind Rob now. At what point do you start trying to get into Richie's head, play mind games with him, get him to trade away his best players? Because Richie's...
I know that I am definitely trading away my players. So, I mean, it doesn't really make a difference if Richie does it.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't trade away your players.
Well, Richie, he's been here and done this a few times now. The Marina Bowl.
Yeah.
He knows how to win it and he knows how to lose it. So, have you been to the Marina Bowl?
I don't think so.
You've never been to the Marina? Have you made the playoffs every year?
No.
Or have you?
No.
You won playoffs.
I won my first game in the consolation. Is the worst that I've done. But no, I don't think I've ever been in the Marina.
Yeah, so alright, so let's go. So Drew Brees got 16 points against a Baltimore defense that's very good. We mentioned Mark Ingram, so he was part of the trade between me and Richie. Dell was not happy about this trade. I think he would have been even more furious had Mark Ingram had the Marty B rule named after him as the reason Dell lost this game, using his favourite number.
It was all conspiring against that had he lost.
Yeah, even Julio was like, I'm gonna fumble it. So it worked out in the end that Dell will probably continue to be my friend, because if he'd lost, I don't know that would have been completely true, but he won, so that's the main thing. Frank Gore got 3.3 points. Julio Jones looked like he was going to have a big game. Oh, he got over 100 yards, but then the fumble set him back to 8 points. Stephon Diggs had a quiet game. What's up with Stephon Diggs? He's had a not great...
He had one big game, didn't he?
I feel like we're always talking about him not having good games.
Okay.
1 very good, 3 decent, and then 3 very bad. Yeah. So a bit of a mixed bag. On his bench, the Bears didn't do great against the Pats.
Yeah, you would that's kind of the difference maker there. You would have expected them to kind of shut down the Pats.
Yeah, I think the Pats offense is just going to be so good now. And then that helped as well, because Dell was getting points for scoring with Brady and White, and then the Bears were losing points, so that worked in his favour. Yeah,
the Bears with a Mac as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been carrying an injury the last 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So
unfortunate. So we'll have to just make a note for when he returns. We'll leave a statement for Richie as well, I believe.
Oh yeah. Julian Edelman got fucking nearly 10 points. I think he's going to be a consistently good performer. Like, he's the perfect flex player, I think. You just need the 10 points, there you go, plug him in, and he's away. George Kittle, the T Kittle, the Kittle cat.
George calling the Kittle black.
Perfect. 15 points, big game for him, 98 yards and a touchdown. I feel tight ends did okay today. Yeah. The rest of his bench, such as TY 14.5, and the rest of his
touchdowns on his bench.
The rest of his bench did not. And so I feel this is the second week that Richie has refused to play T.Y. Hilton, and I think it might have come back to bite him. Why aren't you playing T.Y. Hilton, Richie? Come on now, get your shit together, or else trade him. Let T.Y. be free. If you're not going to play him, it's like, remember Terrell Pryor? When Terrell Pryor, John wouldn't play him, and we're like, free Terrell Pryor. I bet you don't remember that, do you?
No, I don't know. I've never heard the name.
You've never heard Terrell Pryor? Oh my god, you're missing out, Connor. So free T.Y. Did we talk? Yeah, so we talked about Dell's bench. So here's an interesting, I don't know, you're the stats man, have you any interesting stats on this?
I'm a stat man.
No.
Well, I'm a bit of a history buff, Connor, as you might know. Would you agree?
Yes.
So I did a little digging, because I was in the neighbourhood. I was looking up the me and Shauna history and how I keep getting haunted by her, you could say. Yeah. So I was just looking at Dell, and it turns out that this is his best start to a season ever. So he's at 4-3. And usually at this point in the season, he's either at 2-5 or 3-4. So, do we think this is a symbol for Dell, or what's the word I'm looking for? A signifier, a torch? Well, what's the word I'm looking for, Connor?
I don't know.
All right. Well, do you think it's that?
No.
You think it's a false dawn again? You think Dell's going to fall away?
Oh no. I was just saying.
That's exactly.
I was answering negatively to the word that you were asking me.
Oh yeah.
Where you look for the correct word. I don't know what it is for Dell. I'm looking here. I've him down as 3-4. Well, yeah, I've just scored wrong here. So that's my concern now.
Yeah. Well, I think it is a turning point for Dell, and I think 4-3 he's in a good shape halfway through the season. The Patriots look like they're going to keep going. So I think Dell could have. I think it was 2 weeks ago we called. Or was it last week? We were like, he won't make the playoffs. And now I'm changing my mind, and I think he might. I feel like our predictions, we need to stick to our guns at some point, but that point is not last week or this week.
You're still saying Dell's not going to make the playoffs?
No, I'm saying I don't know.
I think I might have said he will make the playoffs. Or maybe I didn't. I can't remember.
Well, Martin's 2 games off the playoffs now, isn't he?
I don't know.
Martin, you need to shape up. You're falling behind. From champion to whatever the opposite of a champion is. Obsolete? No, irrelevant. Mr. Irrelevant are the Crusaders. After making all those trades too. What's going on? Alright. Connor, before we go, anything else to say?
No,
alright.
I was distracted there. I was
just
I had the wrong score.
Talking to me.
At all.
For fuck's sake.
The last 2 or 3 minutes. But I figured it out.
Just be me rambling.
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's move on.
Lane Johnson, Marcus May, and Buster Screen all out in the secondary, and they're looking for the big one. And it is a touchdown to who else but Adam Thielen.
That was Adam Thielen with the grab as the Rainbow Warriors go 7-0 for the season in a crushing defeat of the Cougars 114-64. It was a run-of-the-mill week for the Warriors as all the big players did their jobs, including star Saints running back Alvin Kamara, who seems to be losing Coach Hines' favour since the return of Mark Ingram. The Cougars fall to 3-4 for the season after a lacklustre week where they could have snuck away with a win had Adam Vinatieri not missed the PAT, or if he had just not played a kicker at all. Connor, so Barry is, along with me, the only player to always score over 100 points in a game.
Yeah, that's probably you.
So you can't turn up with 64 points.
No.
And expect to beat Barry.
Unless you don't start your kicker.
Yeah, unless he doesn't start his kicker, or that's the only, because Vinatieri had made the kick. So say he hadn't missed it, but he made it. He would have got 1 point, so it would have pushed him up to 70. He actually missed 2 PATs.
Yeah.
So the only way John could have won is if he'd played zero kicker. So yeah.
Vinatieri just went home. He retired
in the game.
First quarter.
If he
like,
just
I'm too old, I've broken the records. Got home.
I'm very old.
The second player to retire midway through a game.
That hadn't happened, John would have won, Marty B rule, and everything would be right with the world. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way, and Barry marches on to another win. Patrick Mahomes got 32 points for Barry. Adam Thielen got 17. Zach Ertz got 13. Terry Kill got 14. Like, they're all your guys. They're all just doing everything week in, week out. Then Alvin Kamara. So he gets 14 points, Connor. But Barry seems to be falling out of love with Alvin Kamara. What do you take away with this? What's your thinking?
I think he maybe just had it too good at the start of the year when he had like 2 big games, didn't he? They were all.
Alvin Kamara has been pretty consistently good. So it's weird to. I guess he was spooked after the first week, and then against the Baltimore defense, that's really good. He got spooked again. And I guess he's playing Minnesota next week. I don't really know how good their run defense is, but if he's up for selling Alvin Kamara,
I'll take him off your hands.
Pretty sure anyone is going to buy him off you. So you can pretty much name your price there, I think. A lot of players, Connor, got 420.
2 more in this game, yeah.
Yeah. So how many is that? So 3 teams could have won with it. And then both of these teams got it. Yeah, so that's 5, I think. Yeah. Who knows? It's maybe something we should have researched, but look, we didn't. But it's crazy. How does it keep landing on 420? That's such a weird. It's probably, I guess, like 17 happens a lot, but we don't really take notice because 420 is like significant to us or something, maybe.
I don't know.
It's just seems high regardless.
Well, I guess when you have 10 players in each team, it's 100 players. You're looking for 4 points. Yeah, I'm sure there's a good chance of it coming up. Maybe not a good
5% of all scores.
I can't figure out
the math. So let's have a look at what was on Baz's bench. So Jordy Nelson was on the bye. Leonard Fournette looks like he's not in good condition. They brought in Carlos Hyde, so that might mean that Fournette doesn't look promising for a good portion of the season. Probably you wouldn't bring another guy in if he's good to go next week. Any thoughts on?
No.
Okay, perfect. Kenny G. I'm not going to Kenny G and drop it again. It's too much work. Kenny G got 3.7, so that's not a lot. Deshaun Watson only got 10 points against the Jags defense, and then Aaron Jones and Juju were both on a bye, so not too much to talk about there.
Yeah.
We didn't go through John's team, so let's dive in. Andy Dalton, 8 points, not good. You'd expect more against Kansas City, but they just fucking couldn't get anything going. So I had Andy. I dropped him. He wasn't good for me. He's not being good for John at the minute, but John has Big Ben next week, so it's fine. So I think Andy might be done in the Drisbowl this season. I don't know that anyone else is going to trust him after he boned us a couple of weeks. Lat Murray got 20 points. He's been really good for John for the last 2 weeks, because he had a really big week against me last week too. It was to no good. He was like one of 3 players to actually perform. So
he also had a 420 in week 1.
There you go.
Work Latavius.
Yeah. So John seems to have just, well, it's because fucking, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's injured at the minute. The Vikings running back. So while he's still injured or whatever, just keep rolling with Lat Murray. He seems to be doing good. Matt Breida's a good player, but he keeps getting injured.
Yeah.
And
Good week, last couple of weeks, and now it just
didn't work. It was just one of those weeks for John. Golden Tate 720. Demarius Thomas would have been the 420. Could have been the Thomas rule.
That's a terrible name.
The Thomas rule. Yeah, it's not great.
We're not. If it's a bad name, we're not going to call it that.
Yeah. And boom, the boy Kenyon Drake.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here.
Kenyon Drake, Connor, he started from the bottom and now he's got 14 points.
Alright. I mean, I think he's got more than that before, surely, hasn't he?
Has he? Who knows? Let's find out.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so it looks like he started from the bottom and now he's here and now he might be carving out a role in John's team.
Well, he started from the bottom, then he came here and then he went back to the bottom. Looking at his points this year.
Yeah, you're going by points in terms of the well.
Which well?
He started at the bottom of the well and now you're here at a certain other point of the well.
Well, it looks like he fell down the well here again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Less than 2 points 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, so he fell down.
He's climbing back up
the well.
He's like the little girl in the ring. She was stuck in the bottom of the well, wasn't she?
Yeah, she started from up. Yeah. She started from the bottom.
I think she started from the top and then she was pushed down the well. Yeah. And then she came back. So this is it. This is your
it's your ring.
Last act of the ring.
Yeah. Good work, Kenyon Drake.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team fucking here.
You can tell I didn't do much preparation this week. Talked about anything except football. Formula 1, the ring.
It's a bad week to not have a guest on. Then we have Tyler Lockett was on a bye. Tevin Coleman, who was in part of that trade, he got 14 points. We need to have a question about the purity of the 420.
No.
You're saying 14-20 wouldn't.
Just 420.
Just 420.
Yeah.
Okay, I can live with that. Devin Funchess, 12 points. That would have been nice for John. But again, even if all these guys played, he's still not going to win.
Yeah, it's his key man, C1000.
Yeah, the C1000. So. That's essentially it. If C1000... Did John drop Big Ben?
Yeah.
Well, maybe I should take Big Ben.
I think he's got him back, though, for this week. Someone picked him up anyway. I saw that.
Oh, yeah?
I think it was John. Let me just check that for you here. Oh, he just dropped him, yeah.
Yeah, so Big Ben is still there. Oh, that was sneaking under the radar, John. But now someone might take your QB
on the waiver.
Although John's got quite a low waiver, so yeah, you can get Big Ben back. No, you both have quarterbacks. You're fine.
Rodgers and Trubisky.
Yeah.
Trubisky sounds like, I don't know, someone who works in the New York precinct.
Hey, Trubisky.
Where's my coffee?
Where's my coffee? Trubisky.
Trubisky, you're a wild card.
So that leaves the Luther in a John out of the playoff spots at the minute. That leaves Dell and Shauna in there. So John is now out with Martin. So they are both. No, John's 3-4. The two, Shauna and Dell, are 4-3. So John's out. John needs to win again. I think is what we're saying, Connor. What do we fall on that? Should John win more if he wants to make the playoffs?
Well, it's a tough call, but I would be leaning towards yes.
Okay, that's insightful.
Heard it here first, John.
So I need to have a look. We'll do a breakdown of what the divisions look like later on. But the divisions don't matter at the minute because
we're only halfway through.
It's week. I forgot it's week 2 of non-divisional. Did we have a better name for this last?
I think so.
Oh fuck! Oh, we gotta take notes. It's week 2 of that again. Whatever we called it before, Connor, and
on the road or something like that.
So we're 4 games in. I've only just remembered now. So how do we? I think it works out that the Luther wins 3 of the 2. Can't remember what the score was last week, but we should make note for week 3.
Sounds like you just volunteered, Michael.
I'm gonna do it. I'll figure it out. We'll find out the scores, or maybe someone else can do it and make a podcast out of it, or whatever. So it's week 2 of that. I'm excited. Out of divisional round of weeks.
Round 3 next week, is it?
Round 3, and then round 4 is the last week. So exciting times had by all. So that's it. So on that note, let's find out what happened in the last game of the week, of out of divisional week, the one we're in now.
This thing's under 10 seconds. As Beckham comes up with it for the score. My goodness.
It was ODB with the score that sealed the inevitable win for the Astros against the Millions, 144 to 117. The Astros put up the third highest score of the season as everything they touched seemed to turn to gold, with the Rams D scoring an amazing 25 points, setting the tone. The Millions have a right to feel hard done by, considering they were the third highest scorers this week and still left with the loss. But we'll move on to the traditional Halloween game against the Reggae Sharks next week. So Connor, I want to start this breakdown by addressing Martin calling me out on my hubris from last week.
And he was right to.
He was right to.
Yeah.
It was Huberic of me. I don't think anyone could have foreseen 144 points being dropped by Danny. So that's my excuse for why I lost.
And I don't think we should accept that excuse.
Well, what do you want to do about it?
Not much, you've lost, so that's good for everyone else.
Yeah, I've grieved. I've moved on. I was upset on Sunday night when I saw how the cards were playing out, and then, I put on my big boy pants, Connor. Why don't you try them on for once in a while, maybe?
Don't need them. I'm busy, not coaching over here. This has probably been, I haven't done the maths, but it's probably been the highest
That
average.
should be the slogan for our podcast. I haven't done the maths, but go on.
But this is probably the highest average score in a game this year. Maybe the Cougars and the Holland Astros in week 5.
What was that one?
155 to 92. Close between them.
Yeah.
The average score this week was between the two of you was 132.12.
That's it's a pretty high. So again, I put up the third highest score, and I played the guy who puts up the third highest score of the season. So what can you do, guys? Fucking give me a break. I'm trying to be competitive, or I'm arrogant or something. Whatever. Optimistic, confident. One of those. Choose one. Whatever one your favorite is, and let me know. Connor, your favorite?
Option A.
Perfect.
This is the second time that you've lost this season, Michael, and both times you were the third highest scorer in the week.
Son of
That's annoying, isn't it?
Bitch, that is annoying. I didn't know that. I guess it makes sense though, because I'm always quite high in the scoring.
And during these pods.
Especially during these pods. It's where I'm at my highest.
And while watching the match.
Okay, so not a big fan of breaking down weeks that I lost, but sure, look, here we are. Jared Goff, disappointing, but he would have also had to have a great week, so I can't be too mad at him. Gurley is doing everything he can. Barkley, I don't blame him for the loss. The Atlanta D was really good and they kept stopping him. I blame the Giants organization as a whole. AJ Green, can't be mad at 117 yards. Michael Thomas came back with a bang, 13 points. Kelsey 10, Jeffrey 14, Fairbairn 8, the Care Bear, Connor. Care Bear, he looks after you.
Yep.
Are you on board with the Care Bear nickname?
No.
Why not?
Because his name is Care Bear.
Kayemi Fairbairn.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Care Bear.
Yeah, that's what I have issue with.
Yeah, what?
You call him the Care Bear.
Why?
Because you're saying the word Care Bear.
Yeah?
Yeah. That was it.
And you hate the word Care Bear.
It's not appropriate for the Drisbowl. See, we're men here. Look at that muscle.
It's an audio medium, Connor. They can't.
They can hear it.
And what about Charlotte?
She doesn't know about that sort of stuff.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
What, she doesn't know about the Care Bear?
No.
Or she does, and that's the problem.
This conversation's going nowhere.
Yeah, well, the Care Bear, he's the best. We're best friends now. The Jags,
Yeah, he's a good replacement for Mason Crosby. What's he doing these days?
Well, he actually had a really good week last week, but, I've forgotten about him. I'm over him. He's done. We're dead. We're dead. He's dead. The Jags, I don't know what's going on with him. I had such high hopes for him, and they're just boning me. And
they weren't great at the start, though, weren't they?
No, they've been middling to poor.
Okay.
To quite bad. especially the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So don't really know what I'm going to do there, so might have to make a move. There's no one to make a move after.
There's not a lot of difference in points between defenses, like.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
End of the world.
Yeah. So it's just when you get hit by fucking Danny's 25 points by the Rams defense, you just get shafted.
Yeah.
And then, so this, I'm worried. Danny, I'm trying to verbalize this. Danny's playing Barry next week. So I need Danny to win that. No, I need Danny to win that. I don't give a Danny can win the rest of the games all he wants. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever, I don't care anymore. But I need Barry to lose.
Why?
So that I can win the stringer.
Oh, yeah.
So I need Danny to beat Barry. But Danny, I'm worried that his players are not going to do the same thing they did last week. Like, the Ramsey aren't going to get 25 points. John Brown got fucking nearly 20 points. And I know he's not going to do that next week. I know you're not going to do it, John Brown. You piece of shit. Njoku is a really nice pickup at tight end. But again, he's not guaranteed to get another 10 points next week. Beckham could get 20. Evans could get more. Hunt...
He's not going to get another 3 touchdowns.
You actually don't know. Yeah. Like, I think he got 3 like a week ago. Yeah. David Johnson will hopefully get more, but he was against like a terrible run defense in Denver, and he still did nothing. And then Ryan is on his bye or whatever. So I'm just worried that it's just not going to work out again. Like, because after I played John got what, 100, and how many points did he get against me?
115.
Yeah, so he got 115 against me last week. And then this week he gets like what, fucking 68 or 63 against Barry.
The worst score this week.
So now Danny's going to put up 144, and then next week things won't work out for him magically, and then Barry's just going to fucking win again with like 115 points or however many he consistently just gets. What's his average score, like, consistently?
114 points is average.
Yeah, so he just gets, like, I feel consistently 114 points like every week.
Pretty close, actually, yeah.
Yeah, he just always gets that number.
Between like 102 and 120.
Yeah, so you just need to beat that and you'll beat him. But no one can.
That's consistency for you.
Yeah, so that's what Danny has to do. Danny has to get over 115 points next week, and he should win. But I don't know, and I hope he does it, Danny. I'm going for you. I need you to win it.
I'm going for Barry.
Why?
Just 'cause fuck you.
Alright, fair enough. That's as good a reason as any, I guess. Oh yeah, so Justin Tucker fucking, what was it? He missed his first ever PAT. Wait, did he miss 2 PATs?
No.
Oh yeah, he missed. Yeah. Sorry.
So now his record is 222 out of 223 PATs. That is crazy. And it was a crazy kick. Like, it was just going straight.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, no, I'm off.
Just hooked.
Off to the right.
Yeah, it's weird. I wonder if he'll start falling apart now.
No.
Because Ghost went like 2 or 3 years without missing a kick.
Yeah.
And since then, he's kind of... Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still the best.
Gostowski?
Yeah.
Oh, certainly not. Justin Tucker.
Absolutely.
Justin Tucker might be the best kicker of all time.
We'll hear nothing against Gostowski. He's my boy. He's my only boy. Been on the Titans / business / Balrogs / ball crushers every year.
Who's this?
Gostowski.
Oh yeah, the Ghost. Oh yeah, he's a consistent. Yeah. And he'll outlive that team. He'll just keep playing.
Oh yeah, I'll be long dead by the time.
Yeah.
He's retired.
I do want to mention week 11. All right. So week 11 is still breaking news, Connor.
Oh.
Week 11 is still spicy. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because I believe, regardless of if Danny wins this, I still think Barry can lose 2 games.
To who?
So I need to beat him in week 11, which means that week 11 is still #super spicy. All right, # that. Okay. So I gotta do that. I gotta win that game.
So hang on. So you said even if Barry doesn't beat him, he can still lose 2 games by week 11.
Even if Danny doesn't beat Barry.
So then you're saying that in week 9 and week 10, me and Rob.
No.
Oh, you're including week 11, where you are hoping to beat him.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so week 11 is still spicy because So what happens is I face him week 11. I have to do the work. So if he wins all the games up to week 11, that's fine. Then week 11 is when he has to beat Richie's record of 10 games.
Oh, yeah.
So it's spicy for that reason.
Yeah.
It's also spicy because that'll mean that I'll be 1 game behind him if I beat him. If I also win all my games, which, you know, I probably won't now. But look, I'm trying to build a hype train here. So if I beat him, then I'll be 1 game behind him with 2 games left in the season. Week 12 is the Chiefs bye week.
Oh, yes.
And he's also missing Robert Woods. Yeah, but he's playing Richie, and it's Drew Brees is playing Atlanta. That Atlanta D is terrible, and they're playing at home with the Saints. There's other things going on there. He's got a chance. Mark Ingram against Atlanta too. Julio Jones against the Saints. That's going to be a high-scoring game. They're all going to go fucking buckwalding each other. Oh boy.
And then week 13 is playing Shauna.
Who?
So he's Danny.
Barry.
Right. So he's going to be the
lowest scorer.
He's going to be the 9th lowest.
So this is the map of how I can still win the stringer, Connor. And what do you think? Do you believe in me?
No.
Does anyone believe in me? I do. Thank you, Doug.
No, you will.
So that's how it's going to play down. I need to win week 11, and he needs to lose to Richie in week 12.
It's possible, but
highly probable, you're saying?
No, that's not what I said at all.
Almost a dead cert?
Again, not a quote from me.
I feel like we all heard you say it. We're all remembering things differently.
It's not a matter of
What's the truth? Who knows? There's no way of telling it. This recording was doctored. Boom, covered all the bases. Now you look like a real asshole.
I'm 1-6.
So we all agreed that
you're gonna win the stringer.
I could win the stringer.
I mean, like, who else in the stringer?
Rob, you, and
technically I could still win the stringer.
Could you?
Yeah, if I win all the rest of my games and you and Baz lose all the rest of your games.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't beat Baz. No, I could. If I beat him on my
divisional record.
So I just gotta beat him next time I play him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So you could still win it.
I could win it.
And Richie could still win it. So anyone can still win the stringer is what we're saying.
Technically. Yeah. So it's the better league. Not like everyone where everyone's just the same.
Yeah, I feel they could also all win the league.
They definitely could. They realistically could. Me and Richie. Yeah.
This is the problem. You know what, Connor? That's the end of the breakdown. We've had a good time here today. Have we? I'd like to think I did.
I can't speak for you.
But some of us have had a good time here today, Connor.
Oh, just one other thing.
Oh, okay.
Stat. I'm a stat man.
Perfect. Go on.
This is the week 7 was the first week that neither you or Barry were in the top 2 scorers of the week. It's the first time that's happened this year.
So wait, what happened? Neither of us.
Neither of you were in the top 2 scorers. So for the last 6 weeks, at least one of you
yes.
in the top 2 scorers.
There you go.
So is the domination of the Warriors in the Millions coming to an end? Yes. Statistically, yes.
Statistically speaking, yes.
And with statistics, we know anything is possible.
Even you winning the stringer.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. Statistics. Your best friends. Alright, Connor, like I was saying, we've had fun here today, I'd like to think.
Yes, okay. I'll agree with that for now.
You know how we like bits here. Do you like bits?
I do.
Yeah, we always discuss how we like bits.
Yeah.
Everyone loves bits. We got one. I got a new one. We got something to. I asked the people of the Twitter, the Drisbowl sphere, all 8 of them, to hit me up with some of their Drisbowl pet peeves. I can tell you the response was overwhelming.
Oh yeah.
Are you yawning?
No.
Son of a bitches. Now I'm yawning.
See, I was overwhelmed by the pet peeves. Yeah,
overwhelmed by the pet peeves. So, Connor, it's time for... I haven't named the segment. The segment is just called Pet Peeves, so...
Pet peeves.
Pet peeves. Pet peeves.
told you that dolphin was gonna come around.
I completely forgot about it. That's a real throwback. Good little the Arrested Development joke.
Yeah, circling back to that one. Connor, it's pet peeves. Where we talk about things that annoy us in the league. I'm not going to explain to you what a pet peeve is in more detail than that, because everyone knows. So we actually have one sent in, as I said, the response is overwhelming. We got one sent in from Coach Hand. So let's listen to his one first, and then we can...
Connor, just wanted to chime in real quick with some heat that I had on Von Miller. Came out during the week and was like, "Oh, we're gonna kick the Cardinals' asses this week." And fair enough, I understand he's just trying to give his team a bit of morale boost or whatever. But like, come out and say it against like one of the teams in your fucking division, or like even a team in your conference, or a team that's fucking good. Like the Cardinals are 1-5, and they got like the worst offensive line in football. Like, I'm just saying, pipe down, Von Miller, be a good team or whatever.
So Connor, John sent in a football-related one. What do you make of that?
Who's Von Miller?
He's a defensive end for the Denver Broncos.
Oh, okay.
He was like
coming up in the players on the thing here.
Yeah, he's like Super Bowl player of the fucking game or whatever against the Panthers like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah. Did they beat them? As in this week when he was giving
they whooped their ass. Yeah, I mean, John makes a valid point. Why talk big against like shitty teams? That makes no sense. Like teams that just feel bad for themselves too. Like the Cardinals, like are so bad. They're just like, oh, I just want to go home. and Von Miller's like, oh, I'm
gonna rip you apart.
Gonna fucking fuck you up, bro.
Yeah, the Cardinals are technically the team I support.
Oh yeah, you're big. I mean, you have a Cleveland jersey.
A Cleveland jersey. I also had a t-shirt, like a Cardinals t-shirt.
Oh yeah.
That was mostly just because they're red. Might switch over to the Falcons maybe.
Will you go to a Cardinals Bills game should they play in Toronto or in Buffalo at some point in the future?
No,
perfect. So I think there's a valid pet peeve from John, if I'm completely honest, if you were to ask me, but I'm biased.
People giving bad teams shit when they play them?
Yeah.
I mean I give good teams shit when I play them and I lose, so... who's to say?
Yeah, I guess...
I'm all for giving people shit.
I guess John
especially Rob Fay. That's my...
mantra.
Raison d'etre.
Oh, perfect.
Some more French for you.
More French for our French listeners. All right, so let's go through a couple others. I'm gonna start one off. So this is one kind of annoys me, but it's when your team is clear who the best players are.
Yeah.
And you have the running back 1 and the running back 2.
Yeah.
And then you have like a shitty player like Edelman would never be your wide receiver 1 or 2. He's your flex or whatever. So say you've Melvin Gordon and like Mark Ingram or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so you've 1 and 2, and then you have your flex.
Yeah.
And then it's someone will play like the flex player in one of the 1 or 2 spots, and then a 1 person in the flex. You're like, what are you doing? It looks weird.
Yeah.
Do you value this weird?
I like many times I've tried, like sometimes it shows for me as one of my starting running backs, let's say, in the flex, and I switch it.
Yeah.
I press save. But then the NFL website, it just switches it back. So you got to put 1 person on the bench, save your team, then come back and switch.
For fuck's sake.
It's annoying.
Yeah, that's just the thing. I'm like, just people fix your team so it looks...
Maybe just on mobile though. So if anyone uses primarily their mobiles.
So that's a pet peeve of mine, Connor. Anyway, what have you got?
My pet peeve, Shauna,
alright. Just Shauna.
Her existence in general, like she's tiny, she's a bitch.
Yeah.
She's a woman. She lives in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, well.
Actually, can we kick Shauna out of the Drisbowl for next year because she will be outside the post-Brexit?
I believe technically, and I'll have to look into this with John, we don't fall under European legislation in terms of the podcast. We're outside the law.
So Shauna will have to do a post-Brexit trade deal with us if she wants to continue, is what you're saying.
Yeah. So Shauna has to pay us reparations. A divorce bill. Yeah, Shauna, you have to pay us a divorce bill. We need to find out the rights of our players that then get traded to Shauna.
Oh yeah.
We need to make sure that they're okay and maybe get them back.
Fees.
Yeah.
Okay. On a serious note, though, on Shauna, like she's terrible. She's the worst player in the league.
Yeah. How does she keep winning?
And she's one game behind you.
Yeah.
The second best player in the league.
Thank you.
That wasn't a compliment.
I'm going to take it as a compliment.
So yeah, that's annoying, isn't it?
I imagine it's more annoying for people who are doing better than her in points and worse than her in record, which is
everybody.
Pretty much everyone
everybody
else.
That's not
Dell and
Dell is the same record over. So everybody else except the top three, you, Barry, and Danny, and Dell.
Shauna's great. Shauna's a genius. We need to get her on a show.
No.
We need to get her on.
I refuse.
We need to hear her out. Although that tiny bitch will definitely not be able to do one at 11 o'clock because she'll be like, oh, I'm fucking tiny and sleepy. But in a Nordy accent. Just picture that in a Nordy accent.
Well, in a Monan accent, tinged with
Nordiness, yeah. Diseased with Nordiness.
Although the Nordy accent is a good accent. So that's a reverse pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
The Nordy accent.
Okay, well there you go.
We're getting some we're making some good progress here today.
What would a reverse pet peeve be called? Just things I like?
Yeah, something you like.
Things I like. Reverse pet peeve. A really reverse pet peeve. This chocolate bar.
that sounds gross. Well, don't do that to chocolate. Chocolate bars are for eating.
I have one that is Shauna adjacent. Just Shauna leaving players on her bench that are injured for weeks on end. She's done it for years. Sometimes not playing players.
Not even her bench. Like, didn't you have an injured player on her starting team there a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, and sometimes she just won't play a player in a position or whatever. She's a mess, and she's the best. So, come on, Shauna. Well, what's the secret? Are you on drugs? Are you drunk on us? If you're drunk on us, you gotta let us know. That's the rules.
And give us something better.
Yeah, you gotta up our dosage. You're coughing on. And I'm trying to think what other pet peeves I may have, Connor, if you let me check my notes.
No. Don't you look at them notes.
One thing I've noticed is becoming more common. I don't know if you do this, but it's the practice of when you're dropping a player, you individually drop the player, and then you pick up a player instead of just waiting and just.
You saying I do that?
I don't know. People do it. Do you do it?
I've done it a couple. Well, like I dropped.
It was recently.
Devonta last week.
Oh right.
When he became injured.
You just dropped him. Yeah,
because he was injured, so I was like, I'll drop him. I'll look at the waiver tomorrow.
But
generally,
that
like,
was.
I'll look at who's available, and then I'll submit it, and then it'll come up like, who do you want to drop to?
Yeah, that's what I like. It's just the people. I don't know who it is. I didn't make note of it, but people who like drop. I think Sean. I think that tiny bit Sean might do. Maybe that's the key. Maybe that's the key to winning. But she'll like drop someone and then she'll just have no one and then she'll pick someone up later on. Oh no, it's a weird practice. I'm like, just fucking, maybe I don't get it. If people do it and they can reason behind it, let me know in the comments below.
Speaking of this, the most recent transactions, Merton with 2 drops. Picking up anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Just wait until the waivers. What's going on? Why are you just dropping fools out of nowhere? So sacrimonious.
So he just has 2 empty slots in his team. But yeah, like what if he, doesn't get a tight end in the waivers, and then he needs whoever he just fucking dropped, Kyle Rudolph. He's like, oh, Kyle Rudolph is the best tight end that's there, and then he can't get him because someone else picks him up.
Yeah.
I hope that happens soon now. Same with his defense.
Yes, from
Crawl. Get a shit defense. Yes. Where's he in there?
Probably quite low.
Well, I'm going to pick up a tight end first, and then I'm going to pick up a defense.
Oh, here we go.
Fuck.
Just to smite him. The last thing, Connor, the last pet peeve I have is that the stringer is a hellscape. Where this is year in, year out.
No, I think
it's never competitive.
What's not competitive about it? Anyone could win it.
That's true, anyone can win it. My last pet peeve is ill-conceived.
Yeah.
And on that note, we will proceed. So, Connor, that's the end of the show. Week 7 is in the books. Sadly. So we're flying through, over halfway through the season, 6 games left.
Let's see what happens.
Anyone can win, we found out today. Mm-hmm. That was the major takeaway.
I mean, technically anyone could realistically still win. They just need to get to the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
So
even string
so
it
I knew we could still
way
win.
too
So
good,
don't be too glum, chum. There's still
try us before you knock us.
Yeah.
As I believe the saying goes.
It's Hebrew, I think. Yeah, Hebrew. Yiddish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Allah Akbar.
That's a different thing. So there we go. It's done. I hope you enjoyed the show. Next week we will have a special guest on. I'll let you speculate on who that might be.
Big Bird.
He cancelled on us.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody. We never mentioned Alex Collins.
Well, no, we did.